calling them agencies and started calling them reservations. And this is something for you guys to go and do some research and look up. Now, I was on the phone earlier with a brother in Georgia, and he sent me a text because he was doing some research, and he was like, Sister Yaffa, what is a militia district? And I said, I don't know, brother. I've never heard of it. I have no idea what a militia district is. So I texted him back. I said, I'll look into it. So I went to, now he's in Georgia. I went to the Georgia government site. And I was on the phone with a brother in Chicago the other day. And he was telling me, oh, Sister Yaffa, you're wrong about this being about the crowned heads of Europe and the church. It's not about that. That's a distraction. It's the Masons. I said, first of all, you have to understand how they all got together, and there's not a lot of difference. You know, the church got a hold of the Masonic orders, killed off the ones that were carrying the knowledge of the stellar people that they were currently overpowering and overthrowing and subjugating, and they started doing what they do best, passing off something fraudulent as an original that's not an original, like they're saying they're the original Indians, they're the original Egyptians, they're the original Americans. You're not the original, but that's okay. There are people that don't comprehend that. Now, some of you may be because you're crossbred, hybrid, but you're not really the original. But what I want to point out that I tried to explain to the brother, and I told him I'll call him and talk to him this weekend to share some information with him, is I was reading what I found about militia districts to this brother. And I said, wow, this is the evidence that I was telling the brother right here. What I'm trying to tell everybody is all about the crowned heads of Europe and the church that came after these Europeans that got away, and they got away because we helped them get away, and they forgot that we helped them get away. And they fell for the okie doke by the agents of the crowned heads and the churches that came over here and started tripping everybody up on skin color, and that wasn't even what it was about. We were just trying to free people because we understand what the whole objective was. But a lot of the people have totally forgotten who we are and what role we played in everybody's liberation. And now, because they turned on us, the whole world has been subjugated because we're subjugated. Because whoever rules the Americas has a tendency to rule the world. There's an energy grid here, and that's what that's about. But listen to this. In Georgia, militia districts were created for the inferior courts of Georgia. And when the inferior courts were abolished in 1868, all of the matters that were handled by the inferior courts, including the laying out of all the militia districts, was conferred upon the ordinaries. O-R-D like David, I-N like Nevada, A-R-I-E-S. Ordinaries, those are papal, Vatican, bishop, clergy positions. There is no place called a city unless it's under the jurisdiction of a bishop. So you guys have got to do more research about the role that these churches play. And more than you guys, these Europeans that have totally lost sight of the objective. And the objective was to get away from these inbred, insane, crazy Europeans that were or pale-skinned people that were misruling everybody over there from these church, clergy, Vatican, papal positions, and from these crown, head, queen, king, prince positions over the little guy that got over here and got away. They dropped the ball. They allowed these people to convince them to keep their eye, keep your eye on the niggas, keep your eye on the niggas. They're so busy watching us, they lost sight and stopped watching the prize, which was to stay from under the authority of them fools. And now those fools are coming back with a passion. They're trying to get those people back that they lost, and they're still angry with them for getting away, and they're angry with us for helping them get away. And these people screwed up. They screwed up because they fell for the color games instead of remembering that, hey, these people helped free us from you. So now we're in trouble. These same control freaks want to control the money. They want to control, and that, first it was like, I don't care who controls the government, just let us control the money. They realized that wasn't enough control. It's like, okay, well, we need to control the land. Oh, that's not enough. We need to get in and control the government. Well, now that's not enough. we need to control the birthing and the children and the records. Well, that's not enough. Now we need to control the seeds of the world and the fruits and the trees of the world. Well, now that's not enough. We need to control the water. Somebody needs to stop these fools. It's time for them to die. If they are not stopped in their tracks, we are all going to die because they're crazy. They are not sane. Does anybody have a question? Because, I can go on and just get way out there real quick.
I don't know if I wanted to tell you. I don't know if I want you to hear this question because it's like, okay.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I don't care if they disagree. People have the right to disagree.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, Neff is like, no. But no, I'm okay. Someone already would, told them to, please listen. But someone asked, what does she mean by prostitute?
Prostitutes were, by prostitute I mean women that were what the European, now remember, to the European church, clergy, all women are whores, okay, or were, back then, let me clarify that, back then, all women were whores, including Queen Elizabeth, By prostitute, I mean the women that were the first women that came here, because the Europeans that showed up here first, there were those that came on their own. There were those that were shipped from being banished and excommunicated. There were those that came over here, the so-called pilgrims. The word pilgrim means foreigner. Now, by the time a lot of these people started coming, first they came with men and little boys. Nothing but little boys and men. No women in sight. None. That's how we started getting a lot of the breeding. When they finally started sending women over here, there were women that were hungry, homeless, for food. They'd have sex for money, like prostitutes today. For money, they'd have sex for a place to sleep and get off the street. They'd have sex or whatever with just about anybody. A lot of them had been acquired even as little girls, because remember, we're dealing with a child molesting culture, okay? A lot of people evolved beyond that. That's why they wanted out of there, and that's why they were disagreeing, following the Moorish way, for lack of better words. Now, these people, they would capture. Europe was trying to clean up their streets. They would capture these wandering little vagabond children and bounce them over here. They would gather up these loose women and prostitutes and women that were doing anything for money and sex for money and sex to eat, and just women that were out there. Those are the first women they bounced over here. As my sister, Lady Ma'at would say, Yaffa, our people fall for this okey-doke stuff all the time that the European drops on us about, you're just black and I'm better than you. Her thing is, if you're all that and a bag of chips, why are you here? If you are big shit, wherever you're from, you'll stay there. Like she said, you don't see the queen leaving. If you got it going on and you're doing the dang thing, you're going to stay where the dang thing is working. So if, in fact, you are here from Poland or Russia or Czechoslovakia or Switzerland or England or Britain or France, or Holland, wherever these people came from, if you were everything and all of that, and home is and you so great and you're so superior to people, you should have stayed at home. A lot of those people left there and came here, and even to this day, because at home they weren't about nothing, or the country was under war or something like that, and the people got into a conflict, so they had the people that were agents for them, turncoats. They let them come over here. A lot of these countries that we had war with, all of a sudden, after the Korean War, you get an influx of Koreans, or after so-and-so war, you get an influx of so-and-so people. Why is that? These are people that cooperated some kind of way or other. Right. A lot of them turned on their own so-called country. That's why when you naturalize, you swear an oath that denounces any attachment you have to your motherland or country. Now, some of these people may be lying on this oath, but you totally disavow any ties to your kings and princes wherever you came from. So, having said that, if you are the big kahuna, wherever your country is, you'd stay there. They left there because they're hungry there, they're homeless there, they were paupers there, they were nobody there. And here, I may be just this or that. I may not be nothing, but hell, at least over here I'm white. And that makes me better than you. I ain't shit in France, or I ain't a damn thing in England, but at least in America or the United States, I'm white, and that makes me higher than so-called black folks. So at least I'm not at the very bottom. But again, they lose sight. And I ramble on. Did I answer her question? His question?
I can't see the chat room. I just know that question was posed, and I think we're gonna go into a break for a moment.
I don't need no
okay
break.
With you? You don't need no
break.
breaks.
No, it's not okay with me. Who needs a break?
We'll go continue on then.
So you're gonna go in, Yaffa?
It's only in a 1 hour and a half show. Who needs a break? Everybody needs a break? Go ahead. Y'all go ahead and take
Well, I thought the listeners might appreciate listening to Sun Goddess for at least a minute.
Go ahead.
Or you want to listen to Mercy, Mercy Me? The song
no,
you
put
picked?
on Sun Goddess, honey. Sun Goddess.
Goddess?
The big star. We're the stellar people. Put up the big star.
That's right. Get your roll on.
Okay, I can't find it right now, so I'm going to just
No, you guys did not just knock me off my tangent and do that.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to put on Mercy, Mercy Me, Marvin Gaye, and we'll be back shortly. No?
We opened up with that. Go ahead.
Okay. No, we opened up with what's going on.
I'm quiet. Mercy, Mercy Me. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to put it on.